Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Thursday. It is November the 8th, 2018. Gonna look at the 8th race from Aqueduct, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Today's 8th race from Aqueduct, it is allowance optional claimer purse at $90,000. Races for 3-year-olds and upwards. Number 1, $10,000 twice, and then claim starter or optional claim price or restricted state bred or whichever one the races, or an optional claim price of $62,500. Field of 10 horses, but we have a few main track only. So 2 and 7 horses are both entered for a main track. I don't think we'll be on the main track. I have a feeling this race will be run on the turf because we had some rain Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday was a very nice day, and the turf course should probably dry out just in time for today's card. It's not going to be firm, but it's going to be somewhere good to soft, I want to say. So we'll probably see a field of 8 horses with the scratches of the main track onlys going the distance of ground here on the turf of 2,200 meters, or the distance of ground of mile 3/8 on the inner turf course. 2,200 meters, mile 3/8 inner turf. And I show the diagram. It just gives me a second to look down at my notes. Just bear with me. Top selection here. I like the number 4 horse here, not in charge. I'm going to go 4-6-5-9 in the superfecta. 4-6-5-9 super. Top selection of 4 horse, not in charge. 4-year-old Gallon by Lemon Drop Kid. Jose Lascano picks up the mount for Alan Goldberg. The horse's most recent outing, 22nd of September at Laurel. A mile and a half in the Laurel Turf Cup. The horse finished 7th by 17 lengths there, and he was just very wide and just had nothing. The ground was very saturated, almost like a sponge, and some horses, a lot of horses actually weren't handling it. Laurel's had the same problem Belmont had in the last few weeks. A lot of rain. Turf course never had the opportunity to get a break, and problem with Laurel is it's built on I believe almost like a swamp land, so it doesn't really get as dry as a normal turf course would. Even though they have excellent drainage there, it just doesn't get that really good dryness. It didn't get it that day, and he just couldn't handle it. I think coming here, even with a turf course a little given it, he should handle this one, but just not that Laurel one, which was almost like a wet sponge. Before that, he ran the 15th of July at Laurel, a mile and a half, a rare mile and a half race that wasn't a stakes race at Laurel, a mile and a half in a allowance race for 2,000, and he won by 4 lengths. He sat towards the back of the pack by a lot early, but had a great turn of foot and won by half a dozen, or just under a half a dozen. A very easy race there. And then before that, back here in New York at Belmont, mile and 8th on the inner turf course in star allowance race 50,000, finished 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths. He had a good run at the end. It wasn't a bad race. And then at Belmont, a mile 16th on the Widener, star allowance race 50,000. He finished 2nd by 6 lengths. The winner, Harlan's Hunch, just ran a hell of a race there. This horse, again, he closed up well. If this race was run at Belmont, I would be at a mile and a quarter on the inner turf course. I would be a little afraid. But since it's run here at Aqueduct on the inner turf course. The inner turf course here is weird. It's the only turf course in New York, the inner turf course in New York, that could play towards closers. Saratoga and Belmont's inner turf course is speed, speed, speed. But this one, you do see the closers win a lot more here, and I think this one at 6-1 has a live chance. Back to dry ground, watch out for him to run a big one. So to recap my selections for the 8th from Aqueduct, gonna go with the 4 horse, not in charge. I'm gonna go 4-6-5-9 in the superfecta. So good luck to him. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.